My bodgy attempt at making some deep throat clamps. The bridge lifted off the back about 3 mil all the way along, so couldn't find any clamps. Looked on YouTube and I seen some people making some of these clamps up, which were horrendous. So I'm making this video because obviously it's worked. So I left all the strings on. This is a bodgy repair, mind you. If it comes off again, I will take the whole lot off. So I just slackened the strings off enough to get them in there. Clamped the back down. And here goes. We will slacken them off a little bit at a time. Just I'll show you how I made them after, if I can get them out. I know what I gotta do. Lift it up on there. Bit more by the looks. And a bit more. Come on, baby. A bit stiff there. Right. Looks like I get the other one out first. Bit of a cock up, there you go when you film it. Went in there so it'll come out. This is how to wreck your guitar now, isn't it? Didn't like leaving all the strings attached and everything, but just did. Went in a lot easier than they're coming out. Right, so that's one out. But you haven't seen this before with the strings left on. There you go, that's two out. I use that to pack them underneath a block of wood. Put that on there. This is a bodgy repair. Classical guitar. The bridge lifted on the back here. I bought it a couple of days ago. Got it home. Tuned it up and the bridge lifted along the back, and I thought, oh, I don't want to take it back because it's such a nice guitar. So I've glued that. It's all glued real flush. A little bit of damage on this guitar, but I bought it because it's such a beautiful guitar. Look at that. Classical guitar. It's 43 years old. Made in Japan. Look at that for a nice 43-year-old guitar. But like I say, the back bridge lifted across there, so I re-glued it with some Gorilla Glue. That's what I've used. I will let you know how we get on. Left the strings on. If this lifts again, I will take all the strings off. I will take all this bridge off and re-glue it. Now we got my clamps. I made the clamps like this. Just cut a V piece of wood out of there, look, as you can see. Cut enough out, otherwise you'll split the wood if it's not wide enough. Zip tied them on there, that's 7 inches, or 7.5 inches, can't remember now. Something like that, 7.5 inches long, so as it goes in there. These are the longest clamps I could find. Needed some proper deep throat clamps, but didn't have any. Left that longer on the top, so if I want to alter it again, I can just make a longer piece if it's any different. And on the top, I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube and they put all fancy stuff in there, so I've actually used zip ties to hold this on. Clamp that doesn't go anywhere. You have to put a piece of wood in here. If you don't put a piece of wood in there, this won't go up and down like that, look. So when you tighten it, if you just put the straight piece of wood on, it doesn't work as good. So you got that bit of a half-inch gap there, so this actually works. So you can imagine when that's tight, up there, and then you're screwing it out, you see the gap opening slightly. This holds that there, stop it going up, so the angle's not too bad there. So that's the way I've made it. On YouTube there's some people making these clamps, and it must have took them all day to make. This took me about 10 minutes to chuck up. I just thought about it. Cut a chunk out of there, knock that on, zip tied there, piece into there. So there you go, there's some deep throat clamps and they work. Proof in the pudding. I'll tune that up now. So there's my bodgy clamps. I had to buy these clamps, they cost me £4.50 each. That's the deepest ones I could find. So Ronson or something they're called, Ronsil or whatever. There you go. I'll keep you informed how the neck goes, because you are supposed to take this bridge off. If you're a luther, you take this off, take it right off. I left the strings on even, I was a real cowboy, wasn't I? So I even left the strings on. Piece of wood across there to protect all them. Packed it each side when I was after adjusting it down. So I'll let you know how we get on, and if that lifts within, as soon as it lifts, I'll put a video and say take the whole thing off. But I got a, like there was a 3mm gap underneath there, well less than 3mm, perhaps 2mm that lifted. So I got some glue, packed it under with a real thin piece of card, packed it under like that all the way across, put more in as much as I could get down there. Wiped it all off with a wet rag after tightening it all up, and there we go. Hopefully this guitar will last another 42 years. A little bit of repair damage there, but that's nothing to worry about. But this guitar cost me 150 quid. I was going to take it back to the, I think it's rosewood top, 42-year-old. If I'd have taken it back to the shop, they would have probably said, oh, I'm not going to mend that, and give me my money back. So I wanted to keep it, so I took the risk and done it myself. Like you say, I hope it works. I think it'll work. We'll soon find out. Thanks for watching. Let me know in your comments what you think of my bodgy work. And we'll see you again.